Hello students, welcome to 8th English medium science class. We are studying microorganisms, friends and food. So microorganisms are nothing but the organisms which are not seen by our eyes. We have to see them through a microscope because they are very small of the size micrometers, and we also studied there are different type of microorganisms like bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Some algae are also microorganisms, and these microorganisms live everywhere. They live in soil, they live in water, they live in even hot water springs, and they live on our body, inside the body. So everywhere they exist, and many microorganisms are friendly and many microorganisms are harmful. So we are studying about friendly microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for various purposes by human beings from very ancient time. For example, they are used in preparation of curd, bread and cake. Microorganisms, usually bacteria and yeast, they take part in making the bread and cake. And bacteria called as lactobacillus is responsible for converting milk into curd, and yeast, which is used in making bread and cake, makes the bread soft and spongy. And since ancient time, these microorganisms are used in production of alcohol, and many microorganisms are present in soil. They help in decomposing the dead material. When animals or plants are dead or their parts are dead, for example, in winter season, the leaves are shed by trees, and these leaves are converted into fertilizer or manure with the help of fungus and bacteria. They decompose the leaves and convert it into simpler products like urea, ammonia, etc., which can be absorbed by plants as manures. They are also used in cleaning up of the environment in this way. So dead materials are converted into useful things. In agriculture, they are used to increase soil fertility by fixing nitrogen. So in so many bacteria can convert nitrogen, which is present in atmosphere, into nitrates, which can be absorbed by plants as minerals, and making of curd and bread. Curd contains microorganisms called as lactobacillus bacteria. It promotes formation of curd. And in idli and dosa batters, there are bacteria and yeast. They cause fermentation of rice and produce alcohol and carbon dioxide. Alcohol gives sour taste to idli and dosa, and when carbon dioxide escapes from the batter, when idli or dosa are preparing on stove, they leave the small pores, small holes in idli and dosa, and they make the idli and dosa soft and spongy. And we also studied yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of the gas fill the duct and increase its volume. This is the basis of the use of yeast in baking industry for making breads, pastries and cakes. So when we keep the batter for long time, for 5 or 6 hours, carbon dioxide is produced, and that makes the batter or dough very soft and spongy. And microorganisms are commercially used. Commercially used means to produce the products in large quantities. Microorganisms are used for the large scale production of alcohol, wine and acetic acid. Alcohol is consumed by people and wine also, and acetic acid vinegar is used in making food. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. In large quantity it is used to produce large amount of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, crushed fruit juice, etc. So yeast is grown in large quantity on the grains of barley, wheat, rice, and even in crushed fruit juices. And there is a smell of alcohol. So if you keep add some take sugar juice and add some yeast in that and keep it for 4 to 5 hours, after that you can feel the sour taste and you can smell sour taste of alcohol, because sugar is converted to alcohol by yeast. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. And Louis Pasteur in 1857 discovered fermentation. This is what we studied in a previous session. Now let us continue with useful bacteria which will help us in our daily life. Whenever medicinal use of microorganisms, medicinal use of microorganisms means microorganisms are used in preparing or producing medicines also. When you fall ill, usually doctor give you antibiotic tablets or capsules or even injections. The most commonly used antibiotic was penicillin, but nowadays penicillin is stopped giving, because if you use same medicine for very long time, it loses its capacity to kill bacteria. These microorganisms will become resistant to that medicine if you take it for long time. So nowadays penicillin is not used. Instead of that, other antibiotic medicines are available like ofloxacin, then ciprofloxacin, like that. The source of these medicines is microorganisms. So these source of medicine is nothing but microorganism. So how it is made? These medicines kill or stop growth of disease causing microorganism. Such medicines are called as antibiotic. So what is the meaning of antibiotic? The medicines which kill or stop growth of the disease causing microorganisms are called antibiotics. When you take medicine, the bacteria or virus or any microorganism which is present in your body, which is causing the disease, is killed by this medicine directly. So you will get well soon. So such type of medicines are called as antibiotics. These days, a number of antibiotics are being produced from bacteria and fungi. Every day, large number of different type of antibiotics are coming into the market. Some are produced from bacteria and some are produced from fungi. Example are streptomycin, tetracycline and erythromycin are some of the commonly used antibiotics. So here one more scientist in 1929, Alexander Fleming, was working on culture of disease causing bacteria. Culture means they will grow disease causing bacteria first in laboratory in a dish. They put some sugar solution or food material. On that they put some few drops of blood or any serum which contains bacteria in a laboratory. They will eat that food and grow in large number. So you can get a separate group of disease causing bacteria in laboratory on which you can do lot of research. So that is called as culture of bacteria. Means growing bacteria in laboratory is called as culture of bacteria. Suddenly he found the spores of little green mold in one of his culture plates, and he observed that the presence of mold prevented the growth of bacteria. In fact, it also killed many of these bacteria. From this, the mold penicillin was prepared. So he had kept the cultured bacteria, the plate of bacteria near the window. So when he observed it under the microscope after a few days, he found that there was a green color algae growing in the, green color fungus, not algae, green color fungus was growing on the plate, and where it has grown, the bacteria were killed. So he understood that this fungus can kill the bacteria. So this fungus can be used to kill bacteria. In this way, world's first antibiotic medicine was prepared by that fungus, and that fungus was called as penicillin. So penicillin was first prepared by Alexander Fleming in 1929 and used as antibiotic since very last year. Commonly known antibiotics which are made from fungi and bacteria. The antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and are used to cure variety of diseases. The antibiotics are made from fungi and bacteria. Antibiotics are made from fungi and bacteria. The antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms and used to cure a variety of diseases. So using some microorganisms, we can kill other microorganisms. So we grow the microorganisms which kill other microorganisms in laboratory, and they can be given as antibiotics or medicines to people who are suffering from different type of diseases. Antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infection in animals. So these antibiotic medicines can also be used to cure diseases in cattle, cows, buffalo, or we keep the sheep, goats, and also they can be used for the birds like chicken, where we grow in a large number. They also suffer from so many diseases. They can be treated with the help of these antibiotics. They are also used to control many plant diseases. Antibiotics can also be used to cure diseases in plants. Plants also get diseased. So you can treat the diseases in plant with the help of antibiotics. So here one important fact is given. It is important to remember that antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of qualified doctor. So you should not take antibiotics yourself. Some people go to medical shop and ask for medicine for cough, cold or any other disease and take it. But it is not safe. You should go to doctor, and doctor will decide what type of antibiotic should be given to you. Then only you should take the prescription from doctor and purchase it from the medical shop and take it as prescribed by the doctor. If you take antibiotics when not needed or in wrong doses, it may make the drug less effective when you might need it in future. So if you take less antibiotic, or if you take the antibiotic when it is not needed, so those antibiotics will become resistant to strong bacteria. So when in future, even if you take the medicine, you are not cured, because those bacteria become what, familiar with that antibiotic, and they become stronger than medicine, and the same medicine cannot cure you from the diseases. Also, antibiotics taken unnecessary may kill the beneficial bacteria in the body. If you take antibiotics unnecessary, they will kill all type of bacteria. But in our stomach, in our intestine, in small intestine, large intestine, everywhere inside body, some bacteria are present which are helpful in our health. For example, there is a bacteria called as E. coli that produces vitamin B12 in small intestine. If you take more antibiotics, so those antibiotics will kill this E. coli bacteria, and production of vitamin B12 is stopped in your stomach, which can cause other so many complications. And antibiotics, however, are not effective against cold and flu, as they are caused by viruses. Usually, antibiotics are made for bacteria only. They are unable to kill viruses. And common cold, flu, they are caused by viruses. Nowadays, we are very familiar with virus, coronavirus. It is a virus. There is no medicine to kill it, because it is caused by virus, and all our medicines are made to kill the bacteria. So you should not take any antibiotic without concern of doctor. So first visit doctor and then take the medicine. So this is about antibiotics. Next one is vaccine. What is vaccine? Nowadays we are also hearing this word again and again in television. So many countries are trying to produce vaccine for coronavirus, and so these vaccines are effective for the coronavirus. So what is vaccine? We will study in detail. When a disease carrying microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies. So when a disease carrying microbe enters our body, the body produces antibodies to fight the invader. So when any disease causing virus or bacteria enters in our blood, so in our blood, a type of cells, we usually call them as white blood cells, are produced in large number to kill that particular virus or bacteria. So that are called as antibodies. Understood? Those antibodies will kill virus and bacteria naturally in our body. The body also remembers how to fight the microbe if it enters again. So body remembers that bacteria or that virus. So when second time the same virus or bacteria enters our body, again the antibodies are produced, and they will kill the microbes and protect us from diseases. So that method, this method can be used to produce vaccines. If dead or weakened microbes, you have to take dead or weakened microbes are introduced into a healthy body, the body fights and kills the invading bacteria by producing suitable antibodies. So how this vaccine is produced? You have to take weak or dead microorganisms, weak or dead virus or weak or dead bacteria which can cause the disease. But these weak or dead microbes cannot cause the disease in any body. It may be human body or animal body, because they are already dead or weak. So when they enter our bloodstream, then what happens? Our body produces antibodies and kills the bacteria or virus entering our blood. Invade means to enter, to attack. So that antibodies remain in the body and we are protected by from the disease causing microbes forever. Once your body produces a type of antibodies, they will always remember that virus or bacteria forever until your death. So even the same bacteria or virus attacks you again, then the same antibodies are produced again to kill the virus or bacteria and protect us from diseases. This is how a vaccine works. So this is how a vaccine works. So vaccine means what? Very simple. It is dead or weakened microorganism which we inject into a healthy body. Okay, that should be given to a healthy person. Then that person will produce the antibodies in the blood. So after some days, if a strong and actual bacteria enters our body has already made practice of killing dead organisms. Now it will kill the living bacteria also to fight against the disease. This is how vaccine works. It is just like a military practice. You have seen how our soldiers practice when there is no war. They are trained. They are trained to jump from the walls. They are trained to shoot with the guns, to shoot with the big rifles. They are trained to go under the very small narrow places, and they are trained to climb the hills. They are trained to jump from helicopters or planes using parachutes. So many practices are done by our soldiers. When there is no enemy still, even though there is no enemy, our soldiers are practicing the war. Okay, when actual war comes, our soldiers are ready to fight against the enemy. So how they have fought during the practice, so same experience they will use to fight against the real enemy and kill them. So similarly, a healthy man can be introduced by weak and dead microorganisms in the body. Then our body produces the antibodies, and our body will keep this in its memory. So when an actual virus or bacteria enters our blood, our body produces antibodies and kills the actual virus and bacteria. So that is called as vaccine. This is how vaccine works. Several diseases including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox and hepatitis can be prevented by vaccine. So when you are small, when you are born, after birth up to 2 years, so many vaccines are given. For example, cholera vaccine is given, TB vaccine is given, tuberculosis vaccine, smallpox, chickenpox, hepatitis and even Dadar. So many vaccines are given to you. They are given to you because in future, if actual disease enters your body, it should be killed by your body. So when these vaccines are nothing but dead or weakened disease causing microbes. They are injected in your body already, and your body practices producing the antibodies for these diseases. When you grow up after some years, so same disease causing bacteria enters your blood, our body already know how to kill it. So it will kill the bacteria and save you from diseases. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. So smallpox was very dangerous thing for the children. Even today it causes suffering in children. So big blisters they grow on our body, and when they break they cause what? A uh, what? A ugly mark on your body. Therefore, children may even die due to smallpox. But nowadays, the smallpox is not troubling any children because of when you are small, the vaccine is already given. In childhood, you must have been given injection to protect yourself against several diseases. So, can you prepare list of these diseases? So, if there is any small child in your home and it is being given vaccines, government will give a card. On that card, date and which type of vaccine is given, everything is written on that card. You can see it and you can understand how many type of vaccines are available nowadays in our country. And you have heard about polio. Polio vaccine is widely given. Every year it is given to small children to eradicate polio. It is essential to protect all children against the diseases. So many diseases will cause to children, and even they cause death in small children. So children are future of our country, and also healthy children are future of our country. So we have to protect our children from so many diseases. Necessary vaccines are available in nearby hospitals. You might have seen the advertisement on TV and newspapers regarding protection of children against polio under the Pulse Polio program. So you might have seen Mr. Amitabh Bachchan gives advertisement for Pulse Polio program. He says take your children to nearby polio booth and give drops of polio. So polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. They are weakened virus which are given to the children that will produce antibodies in the body of the children, and when they grow up or when they come across with disease causing by polio virus, so they will fight against it and protect from the disease. A worldwide campaign against smallpox has finally led to its eradication from most parts of the world. So this smallpox is also nowadays not seen. It is eradicated from most of the parts of world. These days vaccines are made on large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases. Not only human beings, animals are also suffering from so many diseases due to these virus, bacteria and fungus. So antibiotics and vaccines are produced in very large scale in factories to protect humans and other animals from several diseases. So in this way, microorganisms are helpful in producing the antibiotics and vaccines. And they are also helpful in increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria are able to fix nitrogen from atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. Nitrogen is the main nutrient for the development of plant. So that nitrogen is very essential mineral or required for the plant. So this nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. It is in the form of gas. But plants cannot absorb this gas. Then how they get it? They can absorb the nitrogen compound which is dissolved in water through the soil. So this nitrogen gas present in the atmosphere should be converted into nitrates or nitrites, salts, which can be dissolved in water and absorbed by plant. So some bacteria convert this atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and add them to the soil, so which are absorbed by plants. So those bacteria are very beneficial to farmers and they are called biological nitrogen fixers. You can see the figures of nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. So these are blue-green algae which convert nitrogen into nitrates. In their body the nitrates are stored. They take nitrogen from the atmosphere. They can absorb the nitrogen from atmosphere and that nitrogen is stored in their body in the form of nitrates, and when they are dead they mix with soil and plants will absorb those nutrients. So this is one more beneficial factor of microorganisms. Next, cleaning the environment. So what is cleaning environment? So many things we dispose every day. For example, in your kitchen, your mother is cutting a lot of vegetables. So we use some part of vegetable for cooking and remaining is thrown. We use fruits, we throw the skins, and we use so many things as food materials, but we don't consume 100% of it. We consume some part of the food material and remaining we throw it, and that is converted into garbage. So this garbage should be disposed very properly. So otherwise what happens, it will live in the environment and decay and give the bad smell. So even the plants are shedding their leaves regularly and so many animals die. So if they remain as it is without decaying in the environment, so what will happen? There will be only dead bodies in the world. There will be no place for people to live. So what to do with these dead bodies? So these dead bodies decay in soil and they are converted into the manure. The nutrients are again given to the plants, and that work is done by bacteria and fungus. So this process is called as decomposition. So this is one more beneficial effect or beneficial work of microorganisms. See, you often see large amounts of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because the microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances. So here large amount of dead organic matter means dead bodies or dead parts of plants, dead bodies of animals, they disappear after some time. You can feel the bad smell during its decomposition. So after some days it disappears. Everything will be added to the nature again. So this is because of the microorganisms. The microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances, and they are again used by other plants and other animals like bacteria or other plants as nutrients. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. By converting this harmful substance into useful manure, microorganisms help us to remove the dead organisms from the atmosphere or environment and provide place for new organisms. So this is about beneficial bacteria or beneficial microorganisms. Microorganisms are used in making curd, in making alcohol, making in idli, dosa, cake, bread, and then they are used in making antibiotics to cure the diseases, and they are used in making vaccines, and they are fixing the atmospheric nitrogen and converting it into useful nitrates, and then they are also used in decomposition of dead organic matter. So without these bacteria or microorganisms, there is no life for human being also. But some bacteria are harmful. Which bacteria are harmful, or which microorganisms are harmful? They cause diseases in human being and animals and even in plants. So we consider them as harmful microorganisms. So we will study in next section about these harmful microorganisms. Thank you.